everyone, I welcome you all in this tutorial. In one earlier video, I have shown you how to prepare individual parts for Oldham's coupling. Okay, so this drawing we have referred, and here there are total 4 parts which are included in the Oldham's coupling. That means first one is flange, then second one is disc, then this third one is shaft, and fourth one is the key. Now if you observe the assembly, so this is the main 3 parts, how they are going to join. Exploded view is shown to you. So this one is flange, disc, and again flange. Okay, so I have already told you this Oldham's coupling. So basically coupling means what? Whenever we want to transmit motion from one shaft, that means if suppose shaft is rotating, then if we want to transfer that rotary motion of the shaft from one shaft to another shaft, we need to make use of some arrangement which is able to transmit that motion from one shaft to another shaft. That means rotational motion of one shaft will be transmitted to the rotational motion of the other shaft. So whatever is used, it is called as a coupling. Okay, so this is a one kind of a coupling. Oldham's coupling is nothing but a coupling. And why or what is the specific use of it? Whenever the 2 shafts in between which we want to transmit a motion, they are having angular misalignment. That means the center line of the 2 shaft is not exactly matching, then at that time we can make use of this Oldham's coupling. Okay, so let us suppose I will show you one image. So this is the assembly. Okay, some orthographic view of that assembly is shown. Now if you observe, this is nothing but the driving shaft. Okay, so this is the thing but the driving shaft, and this is the driven shaft. That means we want to transmit rotational motion of this shaft to this shaft. Okay, so in order to transmit that motion, whatever we are connecting in between is called as a coupling, and this is nothing but the Oldham's coupling. Now if you observe, this is the center line of the driving shaft. Okay, and this is the center line of the driven shaft. Okay, and they are not exactly in line with each other. Okay, so whenever such condition is there in this diagram, this difference is large, but in actual practice, let us suppose this distance is 5 mm or 10 mm, then at that time this Oldham's coupling can be used to transmit the motion from one shaft to another shaft. Okay, now this is a disc, okay, which is fitted or with the help of a key. Okay, this disc is fitted or it is tightly connected to this shaft, making use of a keyway. Okay, and this right disc is fitted to this driven shaft along with the key. Okay, so whenever that shaft is going to rotate, similarly that disc is going to rotate because they are rigidly connected. Same thing is going to happen with this disc also, which is connected to driving shaft. So whenever this driving shaft is going to rotate, same at that same time this disc is also going to rotate. Okay, and this central part, which is called as a, in our case we have called this as a flange and disc as a disc. Okay, so this disc is going to slide between the 2 flanges. Okay, so whenever we complete the assembly, at that time you will come to know how the exactly motion is. Now if you observe, if we want to see working or animation of the Oldham's coupling, then no part is stationary. Okay, that means all the parts are moving because we want to shaft to be rotated. Okay, so shaft is rotating, along with that this key and flange is also going to rotate, this disc is going to slide, and also on the other side this flange along with its shaft and key is going to rotate. Okay, so no any part in this assembly is fixed. Okay, but whenever we want to go for assembly, we need to fix some part. Okay, that means we need to fix some component. Okay, so for that purpose, what we will do, we will add one more component and we will make it as a ground. Okay, so that means that part will be fixed and all other parts will be having motion. Okay, so I will explain you while doing assembly. Okay, so we will start this assembly with this shaft because we want to connect this shaft along with this key to this flange. Okay, so we will go to this. So these are the individual parts that we have prepared for the assembly. This one is the shaft, along the or keyway is cut along its length, then this is nothing but the rectangular key that is going to fit inside the key. Then this flange is there, which is going to attach over the shaft. Also we have provided a half keyway into this flange. Okay, so with the help of key it will be connected to the shaft. Then this central disc is there. Okay, we want, or on the other side we want same arrangement, that means flange, key and shaft, but instead of making separate parts, again we will make use of these parts only. Okay, so it is not needed that we prepare two shaft, only with the single shaft we can make the assembly. Okay, so we will start with this. Now if you observe, already I have converted all the bodies into components, which is the requirement for making the assembly. Okay, so if I try to drag this component, it is movable. Okay, so I will come back to its invert position or original position. Now what I will do, I will prepare one ring. Okay, which is nothing but the base component that we require, as I have explained you. Okay, so just go to this plane, go to create sketch option. Okay, so I will just prepare one circular ring over here, 30, enter, press enter again, 40, let us suppose, enter, finish this sketch mode. Now I will extrude it. I will reverse the direction. Let us suppose distance -5. Okay, and instead of operation join, let us select new component. Okay, new component and press OK. Now if you observe, I have attached one ring to this shaft. Okay, it is a separate component. This shaft is separate component and this ring is separate component. If I am trying to move this, it is movable. Okay, but again I will come back to original position. Now what I want, as this shaft is rotating, so I will fix this ring. Okay, and provide a revolving motion to this shaft with respect to this ring. Okay, so just go to assembly. Now already these components are connected at its place. Okay, only we want to provide a motion. At that time we are going to make use of a as built joint. Okay, that means earlier whenever we are using joint command, the two parts are at separate position. Okay, that means one component, they are completely separated, but now ring is at its position only we want to specify the motion type. Okay, so for that purpose we will make use of a as built joint for that purpose. So first of all, make this ring as a ground, so that it will be fixed. Right click on it, ground. Okay, now this ring is not movable, only shaft is movable. Okay, again we will come back to its original position. We will bring the shaft to its original position. Okay, then select as built joint over here. Then only we need to select two components, okay, between which we want to provide a joint. So this shaft is there, this ring is there. Okay, and whenever we want to take a reference for motion, so for that purpose select this and select the center point. Okay, so this shaft will be rotating and this ring will remain as a fix. Okay, so we will press OK over here. Now we will attach to this shaft a flange, okay, which is there. So first of all we will insert key or bring key to this window. So just insert into current design, select this option. We will bring key into this window. We will drag it outside. Close this data panel, press OK. Now we want to attach this key to this keyway, okay, or shaft. So just go to assembly. Now select join, because these two components are separate now. Okay, so select this joint command. Now select the face that we want to be in contact with each other. So along with the center point, this center point and face. Okay, so same center point and face we will select on the shaft. Okay, and motion type should be rigid, because we don't want to move that key. Okay, so now if you observe, if we try to rotate this shaft along with key, it will rotate. Okay, so again come back to the original position. Now we want to attach flange to this shaft and key. Okay, so go to data panel, insert this flange into current design. Press OK. Now we want to connect this flange to this key, okay, along with the shaft. So again go to joint command, close this data panel. Now we will select this internal face of the keyway along with its center, and then we will connect it to same surface with the center on the key. Now we will want to check the alignment. So if you observe, this key is coming outside. Okay, so for that purpose we will just give offset to it. Let us make a wireframe model or visual style as a wireframe and just drag it outside. Okay, so -5 is the offset in the direction of X. Okay, so press OK now. So again now go to visual style as a visible edges only. Okay, so if you observe over here, now key is exactly fitted with the flange. Key is exactly fitted with the flange. Now what we want, so if we now rotate the shaft with this ring along with the flange, it will rotate. Okay, because all the three components, flange, key and shaft, are rigidly connected with each other. Okay, so again come back to pivot position. Now we want to insert the disc into this assembly. So again go to data panel, click on disc and insert into current design. Again drag it outside, press OK, close this data panel. Now how we want to connect this disc, whatever this vertical rectangular extension is there which is provided on this disc, we want to insert that extension into rectangular recess that we have provided in the flange. Okay, so for that purpose we will create a joint. Okay, that means this vertical face of this rectangular recess should be in contact with the, or extension, vertical face of this extension on the disc should be in contact with this face, where similar face on the recess that we have provided in the flange, and motion should be sliding motion. Okay, so just go to joint, now select this with this as a reference point, this circle, and along with that let us suppose we will select this point, same, and we will provide here offset which is required of 5 mm. Let us suppose, for what purpose is provided I will explain you later on. Okay, so it is 5 mm offset. So if you observe that along with the flange, this disc is going to come outside as a 5 mm. Okay, and motion type should be sliding. Okay, but slide should be along the, not y-axis. Okay, because it should slide along its along the recess only. Okay, so that is the direction of slide. Okay, axis we have selected and motion type as a slide. Okay, so press OK. Now next part is what, on the reverse side also we want to provide a flange. Okay, so instead of using or instead of inserting the flange again, it will not get correct or it will not give me correct joint. Okay, for correct what you can say, orientation of the flange. Okay, so for that purpose I am going to make use of a mirror feature over here. Okay, so let us suppose mirror this flange along this face. Okay, so just go to create option, select this option mirror. Now component, select the object as a this flange and mirror plane. Okay, so you can select any face. So for that purpose I am selecting over here as a face of this disk. Okay, mirror plane I have selected, object I have selected, press OK. Now again it is movable. Okay, if you observe, we can move it anywhere. Okay, now instead of giving this revert position or come back to its original position, I will select option here as a capture position. Now same flange we want to keep. So now this flange is having horizontal slot, okay, or horizontal recess, so it should be in contact with the this vertical extension or vertical extension provided on the disk. Okay, so we will keep the joint as per the requirement. So again go to joint command. Now we want to select that similar face command. So this along with this should be in contact with the this. Okay, and along with this as a center point. Okay, and now again we want to give axis of the motion, select x axis, y axis. Okay, so it should slide along that slot only. Okay, now we will not provide here offset. For what purpose it is not provided, I will explain you at the later. Okay, so just remember that we will not provide offset over here as we have provided for the earlier flange and disk. Okay, just press OK. Now if you observe in this assembly, if we try to rotate this shaft, all the assembly components are going to rotate along with it. Okay, so just go to revert position. Now again we want to connect shaft and key to this flange. Okay, so for that purpose again instead of inserting shaft and key, we will make use of a mirror command. Okay, so again go to mirror. Now I will directly select these two components, shaft and key. Okay, so two components I have selected, and mirror plane should be, I can select this, any face. Let us suppose we will select this back face of the, okay, and press OK. Now again these two components are in place. Okay, if I want to move it, it will move because at this while doing this assembly I have provided joint over here. Okay, but whenever I have used mirror feature, they are not in contact or they have been mirrored as a two separate components. Okay, so joint command is not active over there. So again I will go to revert position option. Now what we want to connect this shaft with the keyway. So okay, so they are already in position, so just I will select the as built joint command. Okay, select the component, shaft and this key. Okay, and snap should be, let us suppose motion should be rigid. Okay, so there is no need to connect or any snap. Okay, because they are already in position, so just rigid command will be enough. Okay, so press OK. Now we want to again insert this shaft along with the keyway into this flange. Okay, so again we will make use of a joint command now because they are not in position already. So joint, then select this face of the keyway along with the center point, and same we want to select on the keyway inside the flange. Okay, so along with this center point we will select the internal face. Okay, and now motion should be rigid motion. Okay, and also we want to attach it because it should not come outside. Okay, so visual style, go to wireframe model and just attach. It should not come like this. Okay, so we'll provide some offset over here. Okay, this should be at this position because it should not come beyond this rectangular recess. Okay, so for that purpose we have provided this -5 as a offset. Okay, and press OK. Now if you observe, what I have done, we will come to understand in this. Okay, so this keyway was initially inserted inside. Okay, so just using wireframe model I have adjusted it outside. Okay, so that it will not go inside the flange. Okay, now only I have provided motion between key and flange. Okay, but as already shaft was connected to that key, so along with that key shaft is also connected. Now if you observe the motion, so if I rotate this, let us suppose revert it. So now if I rotate this shaft, all the components are going to rotate. Okay, but this shaft we want to rotate separately along with this another shaft. Okay, so again we will provide ring over here. Let us suppose select this face and go to create sketch option. Okay, so we will select this revert option. Now go to create sketch option. Now again we want to, now this is the original center. Okay, and this is the offset. So we will draw again one ring of diameter 40 mm. Press enter. Now finish this sketch. Again we will provide one ring over here. So just extrude that ring. -5 and select this as a new component. Okay, press OK. Now we want to fix this ring. Okay, because it is a reference to this shaft. Okay, so just we will select this and ground it. Okay, and we will provide the joint between this ring and shaft as a built joint, let us suppose, because they are already in position. So component should be this and motion should be revolute and reference point should be center. Okay, so shaft is going to rotate with respect to that ring. Okay, press OK. Now if you observe, this ring and this ring. Okay, and if you try to rotate one shaft, okay, so if you observe, this shaft are rotating. Okay, they are offset with each other and they are rotating, but if you observe, this central disc is going to slide. Okay, so it will come out and it will go come, or it will go in. Okay, so outside and inside motion is there, so it is going to slide between the recess. Okay, and in that way the motion is going to takes place. Okay, so that is the use of nothing but the Oldham's coupling, because all the components are rotating now. Only these two rings are as a ground component. Okay, so if you, how the shaft are misaligned, or that means there is not they are not in exact line, we can see that through this wireframe model also. Okay, so if you observe, these two circles are there for the central shaft, so they are not in exact line. Okay, central lines for those two shafts is different. Okay, so they are having misalignment, but still with this Oldham's coupling we are able to transmit the motion between them. Okay, so if you observe, if I am trying to rotate this shaft. Along with this, if you observe over here, this shaft is also rotating. Okay, if you observe this sign, then along with this shaft, this driving shaft, along with the driving shaft, as I rotate this driving shaft, driven shaft is also rotating. Okay, and in between components are able to transmit the motion. That is nothing but the Oldham's coupling. Okay, so this is nothing but the Oldham's coupling, assembly for Oldham's coupling. Thank you.